I am here in Melbourne, Australia, and Woolworths is one of the two big supermarkets in Australia. Coles and Woolworths have about 80% market share. So I want to walk through with you and show you a lot of the common products here in the supermarket. So $1 is 67 US cents. So it's around 2/3 of the price that you see will be the price in US dollars. So let's start with some fruit. We have some kind of onions, leek and spring onion. They're both around $2.90, $2.80. That's around just under $2 US a bunch. Lettuce per piece, lettuce each, about $1 US. Cauliflower here is per kilogram, and it's around just under $4 US. Zucchini, again, per kilogram, just over $5 US. And broccoli per kilogram, again, around $4.20 US per kilo. Some eggplant, just over $5. So these prices have skyrocketed, like everywhere. Asparagus, that's for a bunch there, by the way. There's about 6 or 8 of them in the bunch for around $1.70 US cents. Celery, up to around $3.50. This is about double what it used to be just 2 or 3 years ago. Corn here, about $1.20, $1.30 US per piece of corn. And carrots around, $1.60 per kilogram for carrots. Now mangoes, and these are sold per piece, so it's about $1.30 or $1.40 per mango. It is mango season. We do grow them in Australia. We have a lot of tropical weather here, so we grow mangoes and stuff. Here's a lot of berries. Now, there's a lot to cover here, but we sell them in small quantities at pretty high prices. So this is around $4 US, around $2. These are all for, well, strawberries are about 250 grams. The rest tend to be about 150 grams, just depends there. You can check out the details, the ones you like. Obviously seasonal, but another victim of this mass global inflation problem. So let's walk over here. Bananas, we got lots of bananas, guys. We grow lots of them in the north where it's tropical of Australia. And the banana prices, these big juicy ones, for around $2.50 US, $2.40 US per kilogram. As I say, these are quite a bit more expensive than they used to be pre-COVID and other events that have occurred. So here's all the apples. There's a range of prices here. So this is around $2.70. They're the cheapest ones, US dollars. It's around maybe $3.70 US. And a couple of pears in there as well, around $4 US per kilogram. So you get about probably 4 of these in a kilogram, roughly. These are super cheap pears here for around $1.80, $1.90 US, roughly. Those are more premium. Apples there about $4.50. Some cucumbers are up to around, well, what's that, $3.50, $3.30, $3.50 a kilo. Tomatoes are around $5.50 US per kilo. And onions, one of the cheapest things around, about $2.50 US per kilo. As I say, there's been a blanket increase. These are potatoes here, by the way. Blanket increase in fruit and veg of between 25 and 50% in the last 2 years. Here's a roast chicken. Oh, yeah. These used to be, I think it was $9. They're now up to 11 for a roast chicken there. Let's go for a bit of a wander over here, see what we find. Some pita bread. So you get 5 pieces in here, 400 grams, 5 pieces. This kind of pita bread, or maybe Lebanese bread, you might call it, $1.20, about 80 US cents. Super cheap. I won't convert the prices anymore because I think you get the idea of it. Obviously, $12 here. That'll be $16 per kilo, or around $11 US per kilo for cashews. We do grow a lot of nuts in Australia as well, so there's an abundance here. These are 17 Australian for the almonds. Chicken breasts back there, only $10 Australian. Thighs around $12 Australian. They're not going to be good quality, I'll warn you. Salmon, $34 per kilo. But yeah, that chicken's a bit rough, that cheap chicken. I do not recommend it. Prawns or shrimp, depending where you come from. Varying different prices based on the size. Some bread as well. So let's go look at some of the cheaper ones first. What do we have here? There we go. Woolworths home brand there. So $3 or about $2 US. So you got about 700 grams in there. Pretty big, probably about 20 slices in there. And the white version, which, of course, in the white version, no nutrients or anything like that, but it's dirt cheap, $2.20 Australian, about $1.50 US. Dirt cheap. Then the more premium kind of brands here, you're looking kind of more $5.50 US for a bit of bread there in the supermarket. Plenty of variety there in terms of breads. Let's look at some meat. Got a bit of steak here. This one here is $25 a kilo. That's rump steak. That, in terms of steak cuts, it's probably the cheapest one you're going to get. Of course, you can get cheaper parts of the cow, but in terms of actual steak, rump will be the cheapest. And at 25 kilos, probably half that. Close to half that just a few years ago. $52 a kilo for eye fillet. Again, it would have been about 40 pre-COVID, but 52 a kilo now, which is around maybe $35 US. Got some breakfast cereal. Wheat Bix is an old Australian classic. So 1.2 kilograms, that's a lot. That's a real budget kind of thing. If you're coming out here on a student budget, Jesus, that's cheap. Got some Sultana brand here. It's just basically whacked up brand with a few Sultanas in it. It's really, the quality of cereals in Australia is deplorable, and I would recommend that you do something else other than cereals here. They tend to be sugared, carb heavy, and expensive. You saw that, $7.50. Like, really, come on. For probably only about 4 or 5 servings. Peanut butter, about $3.50 US there. Normal size jar. Some jam, some honey. Honey, even with the reduction now, I know $6.60, so it's about $4.50 US in the pouring container there. Let's go for a bit of a wander, see what else we can find in the supermarket. Here's some milk. This is all long life milk here. It's on the shelf. You can see it's not refrigerated. So you get some soy milk here, maybe some almond milk, some rice milk, maybe some other nut milks. Here's some almond milk, Almond Breeze. Probably a brand you'll be familiar with. $2.50. That price has actually dropped quite a bit as it's become more mainstream. Soy milk, super cheap, $1.15. Wow, it's like 75 US cents or something. Crazy cheap. And let's find some actual milk. Here we go. This is the cheapest you'll get, the Woolworths home brand. So you're looking at about $1.10 US per litre. Remember metric system here if you're American. Got the metric system of kilograms and litres. Let's see what else we can find. We got some juices here. Cheap brand for 2 litres. It's only $2 Australian, about $1.40 US. Not bad for 2 litres. It's probably not much of its juice, to be fair, but whatever. Premium brand. Looking at more than double that, actually. So it's around $3 and change US dollars for the 2 litres there. Roughly half a gallon. Lindt chocolate, everybody. Lindt chocolate, probably something you'll know. 100-gram variety. These are everywhere around the world. And these are now $5 Australian. Used to be $4 just 2 years ago. But they do have some specials on. And you see here this cheaper brand from Switzerland. Down to $2. That's 200 grams, I think, by the way. So that's pretty damn cheap for dark chocolate. We do have a lot of aggressive sales prices. So you do see a lot of half price, but a lot less than you used to. See some chocolate bars here. You can see which ones you like. They're all $2 for these bars, and then some go on sale for $1 or $1.50. But what you do see in Australian supermarkets traditionally is really kind of high prices, but then aggressive, quote-unquote, discounting. But this has decreased a lot. Yeah, this has decreased a lot post this kind of global inflation problem that we're having now. But you still get some. You've already seen a couple that have been kind of half price. There, some of the chocolate chips, same kind of thing. So these are kind of more premium brand here. So you're like $5.50 for 165 grams. More premium. You're looking more at around $4 for a good sized packet of chips. But again, you see here some half prices. The brands usually rotate around from having 30 to 50% off. This is kind of a normal brand, Smith's, $4.30 for 170 grams. That's kind of normal. That's a normal non-discounted price that you would expect. Some Coke, again, half price. You know if it's half price that it's very cheap to make, right? So for a 1.25 litre, it's down to $1.70 for this week. So you might want to stock up if you love your Coke. But $3.40 usually, it's pretty pricey for 1.25 litres of water and corn syrup. Some eggs. These are cage eggs, so the price varies a lot. We sell them per dozen usually. This will be for 12, around $3 US. And then as we kind of move across the brands, you see a little bit more price there for cage-free. Then we have some organic and free-range and da-da-da. And it ends up being, well, that's for 6 there, by the way. And then here, $11.90 or whatever, that's for 12. That's literally $1, $1 Australian dollar per egg. So let's wander off. We've got some fresh milk now, so 2 litres. Home brand, so that's the cheapest, $3.10. And then you've got the 3 litre, $4.50. a fraction cheaper per litre. But yeah, about $3. So about a dollar US per litre. Some TP, some toilet paper, 12 rolls there for $10 Australian, about 7 US. And then you got whatever, some variation with some more toilet paper on there for about 12. So that's kind of your typical price there. $1 a roll, less than $1 a roll. Frozen pizza, around $5 US for a frozen pizza. Look, it's not going to be great. Ice cream, the plainest simple ice cream. Is that 2 litres, 3 litres? I can't tell. It's pretty big though, for about $9. And then some other variation. You can check those out if you like them. And then the premium stuff, this is only 1 litre for $12 Australian. That's getting up there. That was $10 before COVID. So were these. And then Ben & Jerry's, probably not actually good quality, but branded as such. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this supermarket tour. I have many more like this on my channel. Please do like and subscribe to see more.